Hello and welcome to lesson 28 of the A1 course. My name's David and I'm your teacher. So in this lesson we are going to look again at the past simple and we are going to practice a lot of pronunciation. So I hope you've studied lesson 27. I hope you have learned your irregular verbs. So what's the past of begin? Began. What's the past of speak? Spoke. What's the past of see? Saw. If you don't know, watch lesson 27 again, please. Okay, let's go. So, the rules. Do we remember the rules? So, we talked about the past simple. Can you remember how we make the past simple? To form the past simple, we add two regular verbs. And some verbs are irregular. So go in the past, buy in the past, see in the past. And also, we use the past simple to talk about events that are. And the answers. Yeah. To form the past simple, we add ed to regular verbs. Some verbs are irregular. So go, went, buy, bought, see, saw. And we use the past simple to talk about events that are finished. Past simple negative. So we use the verb to do to make negative sentences about the past. The verb to do is also irregular. The past simple form is did, do, did. Notice that did and not, we say didn't. Repeat, didn't, didn't. So, again, do you want to listen and repeat, please? I didn't work yesterday. You didn't play tennis last week. He didn't have breakfast this morning. She didn't go to her lesson on Monday. It didn't snow in December. We didn't buy a new car. They didn't watch the film. Repeat. So we also use did to make questions in the past. Again, some examples. Repeat, please. Did I arrive on time? Did you watch the game last night? Did he do his homework? Did she buy the jacket? Did it rain yesterday? Did we do the homework correctly? Did they play well together? So here we have past simple, negative, and question. So infinitive, work. Positive, I worked, ed. Negative, I didn't, I did not, I didn't work. Work, not worked. I didn't work. Question, did I work? Play, you played, positive. You didn't play, negative. Did you play, question. Watch, he watched, positive. He didn't watch, Negative. Did he watch? Question. Have. She had. Positive. She didn't have. Yeah, she didn't have, not she didn't had. She didn't have. Negative. Did she have? Question. Go. It went. It didn't go. Did it go? Question. Do. We did. We didn't do. Two dids. Did do. Two do's, sorry. We didn't do. And question, did we do? Did we do? And last one, buy. They bought. They didn't buy. Negative. Did they buy? Question. So, what do you notice about the second verb in negative statements and questions? I didn't work yesterday. Did you buy milk at the supermarket? Yeah. After did or didn't, we use the infinitive. The infinitive only. I worked, but I didn't work. So we don't say I didn't worked. Yeah, I worked, but I didn't work. She went, but did she go? Not did she went, go. So infinitive with did. Our simple answers, yes I did, no I didn't. Okay, ask these questions about you. Okay. So, did you sleep? Did you sleep well last night? Did you sleep well last night? Did you speak English yesterday? Did you speak English yesterday? So, did you drink coffee this morning? Did you drink coffee this morning? Did you have a day off last week? Did you relax and have a holiday? Did you have a day off last week? And did you watch a film yesterday? So, ask me, number one. Yes, I did. Number two. Yes, I did. All day. Number three. No, I didn't. I drank tea. No, I didn't. I worked all day, all week last week. No, I didn't. I didn't watch a film. Okay. So, complete these negative sentences with didn't and the infinitive. Example, we watched TV, but we didn't watch a film. So, number one, she played tennis on Tuesday, but on Wednesday. You worked last month, but I went to Tokyo, but to Kyoto. He bought a coat, but a hat. They had a car, but any petrol. And it snowed last year, and to check your answers, yeah, she played tennis on Tuesday, but she didn't play on Wednesday. You worked last month, but you didn't work this month. I went to Tokyo, but I didn't go to Kyoto. He bought a coat, but he didn't buy a hat. Buy, bought. He didn't buy a hat. They had a car, but they didn't have petrol. It snowed last year, but it didn't snow this year. Okay, practice. Complete these questions with did and the infinitive. Yeah, so negatives, questions, did, must, plus infinitive. I liked the film. Did you like the film? So, oops, sorry, I gave you the answers. Number 1, I had a headache. I met the CEO. I saw her last week. I bought a cake. I ate a pizza. I slept well. What are the infinitives? Had, have. Met, meet. Saw, see. Bought, buy. Ate, eat. Slept, sleep. So, number 1, I had a headache. Did you have a headache? I met the CEO. Did you meet the CEO? I saw her last week. Did you see her? I bought a cake. Did you buy a cake? I ate a pizza. Did you eat a pizza? I slept well. Did you sleep well? And let's just look at the answers. So, yeah. Did you have a headache? Did you meet the CEO? Did you see her? Did you buy a cake? Did you eat a pizza? Did you sleep well? Pronunciation. So, in the last lesson, we looked at regular verbs in the past simple. Now, look at these 3 verbs and say them aloud. What do you notice about the pronunciation? Let's look. Arrived, arrived, needed, watched. Arrived, needed, watched. Yeah, so arrived, the ed is d, arrived, arrived, arrived. Repeat again, arrived. Needed, needed, id, needed, needed. And watched, the ed is a t sound. Watched, arrived, needed, watched. So, we've got 3 different types for regular verbs. I want you to listen and put in the correct column. Does it end in d, id, or t? So we've already got arrived, travelled, worked. Arrived, travelled, worked. Asked, asked, waited, waited. Finished, finished. Started, started. Decided, decided. Remembered, remembered. Looked, looked. Visited, visited, cleaned, cleaned. And rained, rained. Stopped, stopped. And ended, ended. So, did you get them correct? So, repeat. Let's practice again. So we've got the first one, d. So it's arrived, travelled, remembered, cleaned, rained. Again, arrived, travelled, remembered, cleaned, rained. And id, waited, started, decided, visited, ended. Again, waited, started, decided, visited, ended. And worked, worked, asked, asked, finished, finished, looked, looked, stopped, stopped. Okay? Now, this time, I want you to read the story aloud, but pay special attention to your pronunciation of the ed verbs. So, the first time, I'm going to read everything. The second, without the verbs, and you say the verbs. So, listen. They arrived in London at 6:30. They decided to take a taxi because they had travelled a lot and they were tired. They waited at the taxi rank, and when a car stopped, they asked to go to their hotel. It was a good decision because it started to rain. On the journey, they looked at all the famous buildings and remembered why they had chosen London for a holiday. So please read the whole thing. And now, this time, I say the text without the verbs. You say the verbs. They, in London at 6:30. They, to take a taxi because they had a lot and they were tired. They, at the taxi rank, and when a car, they, to go to their hotel. It was a good decision because it, to rain. On the journey, they, at all the famous buildings, and why they had chosen London for a holiday. Okay? All good? I hope. Watched. So, thank you very much for joining me for lesson 28. Practice your pronunciation, and in the next lesson, lesson number 29, we are going to talk about travel with lots of vocabulary and checking in. Do we know? You check in at the hotel, at the airport before you travel, you fly. So I will see you in lesson 29. Remember, yes, correct. Please do the level test, the lesson test, and happy learning. Thank you. Bye-bye.